So if you're into Dragon Ball Fusion World, you know exactly what I'm talking about, the code cards. They just pile up, right? Well, today, we're going to break down an app that promises to solve that problem for good. It's called Dragon Code Pro.
I mean, picture this. You just cracked open a fresh booster box, the hype is real, and then you look down. You're left with this mountain of code cards. And you're thinking, wait, which ones have I used? Are any of these organized? All of a sudden, your awesome hobby feels like a chore. And man, it gets messy fast.
And that's exactly where Dragon Code Pro comes into play. The whole idea is super simple, but honestly, it's a game changer. Scan them, organize them, and export them. It's all about turning that pile of chaos into a super clean digital library. So let's dive in and see how it actually works.
All right, first up, getting started. And don't worry, the whole point here is speed. We're talking about going from downloading the app to your very first scan in, like just a couple of minutes. Seriously. Okay, so first things first, you do need to create a free account. Now, this is super important because this is how the app saves all your codes to your own personal library. You've got the usual options, sign up with Google, Facebook, or just your good old email and password. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you create your account, you give it permission to use your camera, and boom, you're ready to go. You can pick a set right away if you want. We'll get to why that's useful later. But the main takeaway here is you are literally one tap away from starting your scan. Okay, now for the main event. Let's talk about the scanning process itself. This is really the heart and soul of the app, and you can tell it was built to be as fast and efficient as possible. So before you hit that scan button, you'll see this option to select a set. And you might be thinking, why bother? Well, let me tell you. If you're cracking open a whole booster box of, let's say, FBO7, you just select it once right here. Then every single card you scan in this session gets automatically tagged with FBO7. It is a huge time saver. Okay, once the camera's up, it's pretty straightforward. Just line up that 16-character code right inside the code zone. But here's the pro tip. See that little toggle that says auto scan mode? Flip that switch. The app will just start snapping pictures automatically every few seconds. You can literally just feed it a stack of cards, one after the other, without ever touching the screen. It's awesome. Now, if you want to get a perfect scan every single time, the app's guide has this little recipe for success. It's pretty simple stuff, but it makes a huge difference. You want bright, even lighting, that's the big one, to avoid glare. Put the card on a dark, flat surface so the code really pops. And make sure there's only one card in the view, with all four corners showing. Basically, you're just making the AI's job as easy as possible. All right, after you've scanned a bunch of cards, the app takes you to this verification screen. And listen, do not skip this step. It is absolutely critical. The AI is really, really good, but hey, it's not perfect. This is your chance to just quickly eyeball every code, fix any little mistakes, and make sure your library is 100% accurate before you hit save. And this is the perfect example of why you need to verify. The AI can get tripped up on characters that look alike, confusing a 0 for the letter O, or a 1 for an I, or a 5 for an S. It only takes a second to double check, and it saves you a headache later. Okay, so you scanned your codes, you verified them, you saved them. Now what? Well, let's head over to the library, because this is where all that work pays off, and it turns into a seriously powerful way to organize everything. So in your library, you basically have two main ways to look at your collection. You've got the sets view, which is perfect for just a quick, high-level look like, how many codes do I have from this set versus that set? But then if you need to find one specific code or just see everything you own, you'll want to switch to the list view. It's your best friend. It just puts everything into one giant searchable list. Now here's something that's a total game changer: bulk actions. Let's say you got excited and scanned like 20 cards without picking a set first. It's no big deal. You can just go into your library, select all 20 of those codes, and use the bulk edit feature to assign them to the right set or category all at once. Super efficient. And don't worry, getting your codes out of the app is just as easy as getting them in. You've got a couple of options here. You can export a simple text list of just the codes themselves, perfect if you just want to copy-paste them somewhere quickly. Or you can export a full CSV file. This one has all the data, the sets, the categories, any notes you made. And that's what you're going to want for making a proper backup. And speaking of backups, this is something the app's developers are really clear about. The app is still in beta, right? So they strongly recommend that you get into the habit of exporting your library on a regular basis. Seriously, think of it like free insurance for your digital collection. Just do it.
So look, the free version of this app is honestly fantastic and super capable. But if you're a really serious collector, there is a pro tier that unlocks some pretty next-level features.
So what's the big difference? Well, the free plan is great, but it does have a limit. It caps you at 50 codes. The Pro plan, it just blows that limit away. It's unlimited, plus it unlocks a whole bunch of other powerful tools built for people with huge collections.
Yeah, the unlimited storage is probably the biggest reason to upgrade, but the Pro version also unlocks some really cool stuff, like being able to import codes straight from a spreadsheet, which is wild. And it even has an AI assistant you can literally chat with to help manage your library. Pretty futuristic, right? All right, let's bring it all home. I'm going to give you a quick checklist to make sure you get the absolute most out of Dragon's Code Pro, and this goes for whether you're using the free version or you've gone pro. So remember these habits. 1. Always scan in batches by picking a set first. It saves so much time. 2. Use those filters to instantly find your available codes. 3. Export, export, export for backups. 4. Check out the code history to see what you've been up to. And hey, for fun, peek at the Insights tab to see some cool stats about your collection. Look, when you put it all together, the fast batch scanning and these powerful organizational tools, Dragon Code Pro is a seriously impressive way to finally get a handle on your collection. So, the only question left is, are you ready to conquer that code pile for good? Thanks for tuning in.